Gina, I finally have peace in my life, but honestly, it feels boring compared to the chaos I used to live. Gina, my sister constantly compares our lives and turns everything into a competition. How do you keep a relationship with someone who can't seem to be happy for you? Gina, I realized I'm always the one reaching out first. If I stopped texting people, I honestly don't know who would still be in my life. Do you test friendships like that, or is it childish? Hi everyone, I'm Gina Zapanta, a lawyer, entrepreneur, and founder of Empowered with Gina, where we talk about everything about societal pressures and cultures, expectations that we feel we've all had to live by, and how we can get past that to live an aligned, empowered life. Gina, every time I accomplish something, I immediately downplay it because I don't want people to think I'm bragging. How do you stop making yourself smaller? You just stop. I wish there was something else I could tell you. But really, the answer is you understanding that the community you keep, the people you are around, birds of a feather flock together is a very real thing. And when you're around people who are equally motivated, they are doing what they've got to do in their life to get empowered or be motivated or live an aligned life for themselves, they won't be triggered and they won't feel insecure when you are achieving your goals, your dreams. Big or small, we've talked about that. They don't need to be these colossal things you need to share. Hey guys, I made it to the gym today. Hey, I sent out X amount of emails, my marketing emails for my business, and I hit my goal. That's a huge freaking win. And the right people will receive that the right way, and they will reflect back the correct thing to say in that situation as a supportive friend, family member in your life. And so when you're getting people communicating to you that, oh, you're showing off, or, oh, wow, look at you. You think you're so bad now. That's your sign. That's your sign that you need to take a hard look at who's in your life. Why are they there? And if you're on your growth empowerment journey, not everyone is meant to come along with you, and that's okay. Gina, I finally have peace in my life, but honestly, it feels boring compared to the chaos I used to live. Is this normal? This is such a good question because a peaceful life, a balanced life, if you will, can feel very boring and monotonous. Why? Because we don't have the freaking toxicity making us feel like this, right? Like our nervous system is constantly being triggered. It feels like a roller coaster. That's a lot of activity. And so when you get to a place in your life where you have boundaries, you have consistency, you have health, you have mindfulness, it can feel boring. Now, what you do with that is if you're feeling boring, if you want to feel something right away, why don't you go help people in need? Because when I see people in need who are suffering or at disadvantaged, I start feeling a lot of things. And in fact, it motivates me to want to do more, to get more creative. How can I be of service? How can I use my available boring time to help people? Maybe they need a stabilizing force in someone like me who has strong boundaries. Maybe just talking to someone in need, not becoming their therapist because you're not a therapist, not becoming their crutch because you're not that either, but reaching out charities, nonprofits. That's one way for you to start feeling something. Do something that makes you extra uncomfortable. Find a new industry or set of people to start hanging out with. Go somewhere by yourself in a social setting. That will make you feel something. Join a jiu-jitsu class, join a karate class, join a running club, join a book club. Do something that you're not already doing because, oh, I don't really want to do that. That's your answer. You're bored? Okay, honey. Well, do something that you would never consider doing, a swimming class. You've always wanted to salsa dance. I know you want to know how to do that. Join one by yourself. You want to feel some feelings, you'll be feeling things, okay? So create the life you want. You design the life you want. So you've got it stabilized. You have your boundaries. It will feel boring sometimes. Be intentional. Start bringing things in that make you feel uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable in the best kind of way. And you're going to continue to grow and flourish that way. Gina, my sister constantly compares our lives and turns everything into a competition. Sisters. How do you keep a relationship with someone who can't seem to be happy for you? Well, first of all, you have no responsibility, power, or control over anyone. Reminder, you don't, we never will. The only person you have control and total power over is yourself, your choices, the company you keep, the people you have in your life, and what you do with yourself. All of your choices are yours. Now, if you choose to have competitive people, whether it's your sister, spouse, there are some spouses who want to compete in a bad way. You're choosing to keep that. But it's my sister. I can't turn away from her. No one's telling you to turn away from her, but start enforcing those boundaries, girl. I'm telling you. Without your boundaries, you're free falling. You're feeling like you have to be a doormat. You feel like you have to be beholden to this toxic, in this case, competitive interaction with your sister, which you don't want. I wouldn't want that either. And so have a conversation with her. This is a relationship after all. Say, you know what? I love you. I want to have a healthier relationship with you. And I feel as I'm growing, as I'm learning more about myself, I get triggered and I really don't like a constant feeling of competitiveness. So I'm choosing not to do that anymore. And I wanted to bring it to you to see if it's something you're interested as well in remedying, because maybe they as well don't want it, but they just don't know how to stop the hamster wheel, right? Starting with communication, then going back to, is the person willing to meet you halfway? Because otherwise you're in a relationship with yourself. Nobody wants that. So bring it to the table, communicate, see where it goes. But at the end of the day, living within your defined boundaries for yourself is ultimately what the goal is. Some people will stay within those boundaries as you grow and as you fortify them. Others will naturally fall off because they don't like these new boundaries for you. But you have the choice to continue living for yourself or for them. So choose wisely. Gina, how do you stop replaying conversations in your head and worrying that people are upset with you? Well, the way I do it is by understanding I have no control over what people are going to say to me, and certainly not to themselves. And in fact, the way somebody reacts to me, whether it's happy, upset, supportive, hater, any of it, has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me, which goes to our ego. We think everyone's talking about us. We think everyone's criticizing us. And yeah, maybe some of them are, but they are only doing that because it's a reflection of their insecurity. It's a reflection of what triggers them. And it is less to do with who you are, your character, whether you're worthy or not, whether you're capable or not, has nothing to do with that. And so when people respond to you upset or in a negative way that you don't want, we naturally will revert to, what did I do wrong? Oh my God, I'm so bad. I can't believe it. And you start going inward and blaming yourself. We were taught that. I'm answering this question, showing you that you have permission to not think that anymore. You have permission to think like, wow, that person has so much going on in their experience, in their history, in their life, that what I've just, said to them triggered them. And we can talk about it. Go back to communication, talk to them. Hey, why did you get so upset? Hey, why are you not supporting me? Whatever it is. And then see where that conversation goes. But realizing like, look, I did nothing wrong. I can't control how you think. I can behave and respond how I believe I should as an aligned person with integrity. Outside of that, there's not much I can do. Gina, I realized I'm always the one reaching out first. If I stop texting people, I honestly don't know who would still be in my life. Do you test friendships like that, or is it childish? Well, no, I think that's an excellent way for you to determine who really wants to be in your life, because it's one thing for you to want people to be in your life, but do you really want people in your life who really don't value you, who really don't want to be there, other than they're only show up when they're getting something for you? And I've gone through that. I've gone through that in different iterations of my life where I was insecure and I felt like if I gave more of myself, if I gave more of my resource, I could collect friends and I can have people really like me and want to talk to me. If I showed up and just kept giving them of me, it would work. And for the most part, yeah, people are selfish. They like stuff. Sure, I'll take that for free. Sure, I'll show up. Oh, you have that for free? Sure, I'll show up. And what I realized happened was I was getting nowhere with it. Especially because those people were not interested in developing a relationship with me. And so that really just was an alignment and a reflection for me of what I no longer wanted for myself. And so if you are texting people, inviting people, and you're always the one doing it, and it's never symbiotic, it is for the most part not coming at you, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to let those people exit your life because they're not trying to be in it anyway, and start creating a new group, reaching out to empowerment communities, finding other organizations, what aligns with you, what speaks to you, what interests you. There are groups for that. There are associations for everything. Look into that. Do the work. Get outside your comfort zone and watch what happens. Gina, my husband supports my career until it starts taking more of my time. Then he says I'm being too ambitious. How do you navigate that without shrinking yourself? What I would do first and foremost, if you're able to, is each of you should get your own therapist, because there's a lot there. If a man, woman, spouse, friend, whoever it is triggered by them not having full access to you in a certain way, that actually speaks more to their insecurity and less about what you're doing. And so recommending to them, hey, I'm noticing a lot of friction and tension as I'm succeeding and I enjoy it. I love my work. I love being ambitious. I love hitting my goals, but it triggers you and it's causing a problem in our relationship, I would think that person should talk to a therapist or look inward. Now, it can go one of two ways. That person might be like, F you. And it could go crazy and they could be like, no, I'm not getting a therapist. Well, then now we're talking about who you're in a relationship with, which is a whole other conversation. Or they'll be like, you know what? You're right. Maybe I do need to talk to someone. You can take advantage of tools like therapy, leaning into learning, why are you tolerating someone who either does not want to meet you halfway and go to therapy for themselves to make sure they're fortified, or why are you staying with someone who clearly doesn't support you, never has, never will, kind of situation. And then if it gets to the point where you both are moving forward, couples therapy is always a wonderful option. It cannot hurt. And it's just a better way and a tool to help couples especially communicate with each other. But you do have the choice to basically not be ambitious anymore and to make yourself small to fit inside what that person wants because it makes them more comfortable. You do have that choice, and we have all been taught how to do that our entire lives. But I don't think that that's what you want, or else you wouldn't be asking this question. You would not be watching this. You also have to always, always, always make sure you're aligned and living a life aligned with what you want. Otherwise, it will breed resentment. It will breed regret. It will breed shame. And down the line, the worst thing in the world is to look back and be like, damn it, I regret not doing something. I regret doing something, right? So in order to prevent that, I would suggest starting there.